Where do I keep? We're going off. Can you still hear me well? Can you still hear me well, or are we going to the machine? So online shopping and emails for walls and so on is all the rage. Many companies have discovered the social media as something they want to use. There's a story out there of a Dell team who used the social media to sell a great amount of Dell hardware. And you know, it's like with fishing. You know the story about somebody goes fishing? People go fishing and then they say, and the fish I caught was this big. And the fish gets bigger every time the story is told. And so I hear from these Dell people personally that they sold $100 million worth of hardware and software by twittering, blogging, and interacting on social media.
Flexibility. Yes. You know, we are as Indians very flexible. We feel that through flexibility we can create better structure. And also Shiva.
Suddenly firms have discovered social media as a very important means to interface with their suppliers, with their customers, to deal with complaints, etc. And I don't know how many of you have, of course, we use Web 2 as a way to interface with services, etc. And people now think about using the voice of the customer by finding reactions to their products on the internet. There's a long-standing story out there in the market that we salespeople should also listen to the customers, and suddenly we have a direct interface in the companies with the customers as part of social media. Now, the reason why I'm talking with you is that all of a sudden people have also found that it's not exactly the best thing to do wildly. You know, social media in any company is a great unstructured, wild, anarchic thing. And there is an estimate nowadays that people use at least an hour of their work on social media in the middle of the workspace. Recently, at Porsche in Germany, staff were cut off entirely from the social media. They were cut off entirely because Porsche didn't want their staff members to use social media anymore. They feared espionage and all kinds of things. And I'm going to talk to you today about how to handle social media responsibly. Now that may sound strange, but I'll give you some very good examples why you should do it. In the US, who always seem to be ahead of us in litigation and who seem to be a very litigious society anyway. Oh no, of course, India is the most litigious society. Considering the number of cases before the courts, even if those courts take forever to decide them. Sorry, you can throw tomatoes site that publishes sort of nearly secret papers, and they publish a lot of papers of the American military and their war in Afghanistan, including stuff that is very embarrassing to the American government. And so you expect that some of the people who talk about how to handle social media are in the military. And I will just want to prove you right if you think so. For example, as part of an awareness campaign, if you take my email, I'll send you this thing, which you can't see very well. I can go through it with you. As part of the awareness campaign, the American military made all the soldiers aware of the impact a single person today can have on public opinion. Of course, on top of their list are the influence on mass media, reporters, etc. But very quickly, they talk to their soldiers about what podcasts, text messaging, email blasts, MySpace, Facebook, Web2, Flickr, YouTube, etc. can do to influence public opinion. And they're very careful in training their soldiers as to how to behave in this new public space that is so anarchic and unregulated. And then there are, of course, individual media. They also influence people individually, the press, etc. Worse still, one of the most important sources for finding out about people's opinions are blogs. Somebody who uses blogs? Interaction. Okay, what do you do with your blog? Are you writing? What? You're writing a technical blog. So what happens is that you get product opinion, don't you? And yeah, and what kind of products do you write about? What kind of reactions have you had? Yes. I know of one firm. There's always a problem when you talk about products, about secondary IPs. People create another identity, and then they start to appear in your blog as if they were something else. And when you close down the IP and MAC addresses, you suddenly realize you close down those of a particular firm who pretended to be something else and tried to influence your